The following podcast may contain adult language and an abundance of holy cats, Batman. So get ready, nerds, because we're talking Season 2, Episode 40, That Darn Catwoman. Welcome, everyone, to this episode of the Salty Nerd Podcast. We're covering 1966's Batman. This is Season 2, Episode 40. That's a lot of episodes for this freaking show, man. That darn Catwoman. Catwoman's back with a vengeance. I'm joined as always by my fantastic panel of nerds. No cat ears today. What's up, V?
Oh, I forgot the cat ears
Yeah.
thing. What's up? I don't know.
There's a new character in this episode.
Yeah, Pussycat.
Pussycat.
Well, yeah, we'll get to her.
We'll get to her in a minute.
Yeah, super fun.
Speaking of pussycats, Jude is here.
Hello. Meow.
What's up, Jude?
Good morning.
And last but not least, the man who picked the show, Matthew Kadish.
Yeah, so I wanted to keep on with the Catwoman train because she's the only villain that we did 2 episodes on. But this one, we got a lot of kind of like flirtation with Catwoman and Batman.
Things
and,
got a little sexy.
Yeah, things got a little hot under the collar, so to speak.
Even Robin got his dick wet a little bit.
Oh yeah, like his education got expanded after being neglected. So I chose this episode because number one, we had a pop singer in it, which was kind of fun, and number two, we had a lot of sexual innuendo going on and a lot of misogyny and a lot of other fun stuff from the 60s. So we're going to talk about it.
Groovy, cat baby.
Yeah, cat baby, how you doing? Gosh, this is gonna be great. All right, guys, so stay tuned. We're gonna be right back, and we're gonna dive into this episode of Adam West as Batman. Tons of fun, so stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Hey, if you guys would like to help support the podcast and play an awesome mobile game, go to saltynerd.com/DC and download Dragon Champions on your Apple or Android device. And once you're in that app, type in Salty in that promo code area to help you along your way. Dragon Champions is a really fun, easy to play mobile game where you get to collect your heroes, their orcs and dwarves and elves and all kinds of really cool stuff. Upgrade them, go on the warpath. And if you are good enough and reach level 20, which is not hard to do, you can join our Salty Nerd Podcast Guild. The guild is very active. Those guys go on raids all the time, and they're very active in our Discord app as well. So if you want to get some help from some expert Dragon Champion players, head over to our Discord channel to talk to them about that. And you guys get to help us as a podcast for completely free. Just play the game, and don't forget that promo code so you get credit for it. And the developers really like our podcast. We really like the game. So it's a nice little back and forth. So help us out. Dragon Champions at saltynerd.com/DC. All right. Who's got the synopsis? Kadish.
That would be me.
Take it away, sir.
All right, Season 2, Episode 40, That Darn Catwoman. The graduating class at Aaron Burr High School has a very special speaker, Robin, the boy wonder, reminding America's youth that good citizenship is its own reward. But one audience member who isn't a good citizen is that darn Catwoman and her new protege in crime, Pussycat. But Pussycat is just a rock and roll singer, not a crook. However, according to Catwoman, the fact that Pussycat is 20 years old means she's old and washed up for being a woman, and she has no choice but to turn to a life of crime. Catwoman then sends Pussycat to seduce Robin by telling the boy wonder that she wants to be alone with him. Apparently, a big part of Robin's education has been neglected, but then again, Pussycat doesn't know about all the fishing trips Robin has been on. Anyway, Pussycat scratches Robin, infecting him with cataphrenic, a neurotoxin that turns the boy wonder into a total asshole. When Chief O'Hara notices the little banshee Pussycat has cast an odd spell over Robin, Robin bullies the Irish copper against a wall and runs off with his new gal pal.
I love this show. I fucking hate this show, but I love it at the same time.
I didn't like this episode, but that's fucking hilarious. Oh my God. Yeah, the new villain.
Who is Pussycat?
She's some kind of a singer.
Was she like a legit pop star?
Yeah,
so.
she was.
Was it be like putting Rihanna in there and calling her Pussycat?
Okay, you remember the song? It's my party.
Yeah.
That's her.
That's her?
That's her.
Oh, wow.
So she's
You
a
know
one-hit
the song,
wonder.
You don't own me. That's also her.
Wow. Okay. That was, it kind of irritated me that they took like a break from the show to have like a concert for us.
Do like
Yeah.
a video.
Yeah, they're like, we're doing a music video. I was like, oh, this sucks. But that makes a little bit more
At the
sense.
time, people were like, "Oh, shit. Yeah.
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 This chick's on Batman. Awesome. We're going to tune into that episode. She's a smoker.
But I like how Catwoman was like, ew, you're 20.
Oh my
You're
God.
so old and washed up.
Yeah. You're over the hill, pussycat. Like, she's 20.
We need a pussy meter. I want to know how many times we're gonna say pussy during the time
Tally it.
of this episode.
Tally it up, guys, in the
Gotta
comments
happen.
below.
No. Editor over there is gonna
Okay.
go ding, ding, ding. For the pussy meter.
Well, just a
the
number.
salty nerd pussy meter.
Just a number in the corner that's right here. Just
Yeah,
keeps
yeah.
tallying up every time he says it.
It's gonna be great. I love it.
Shit. That's too much work. He'll probably do it, though.
He'll do it. I know. He'll
Oh, man. Oh, what a ridiculous. Okay, so they're doing these like youth PSAs, like be a good citizen.
Oh, it's
and then the
right,
writers on the other side are going like, put pussy in there one more time. Remember, kids, don't do drugs. Put pussy in there one more time. Say it one more time. Make him kiss her.
It's not, as long as they just don't say pussy by itself. You gotta add something on the end of pussy, like pussy willow or pussy cat.
I like how Pussycat, she's like, oh, Robin, you've been neglecting part of your education.
She wears all pink when she's in her costume too. That just sells
And
it.
she's got mittens.
Oh yeah, mittens with a claw,
with
with like a
one
little
claw.
like. Meh.
She's like a little mutant cat.
It's fucking weird.
Kitten mittens.
Yeah, they're but they only have one claw. How come they don't have like a whole? Like
Because she's not a full cat.
Oh, okay. She's
She's just a pussy cat.
just a pussy cat. Oh God.
That's a cat woman.
Yeah,
Right there.
That's a Catwoman right there. That's the only thing that
Yeah.
Batman needs. But Robin needs the washed up 20-year-old.
Yeah, we should point out that Julie Newmar is back as Catwoman in this
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
love
So
her.
she did not die in the last time we saw her.
she's got 9 lives.
because cats always land on their feet.
Yep.
I turned to June. I'm like, I wonder if every episode Catwoman's in, she like
Falls.
dies.
I think she falls off something. For real. I think I wonder if that's a thing.
Does she die every episode? And then she's only in 9 episodes.
Well, we've seen 2 episodes of her.
That's why they have to replace her.
That would be kind of a cool like meta thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet they do that. Somebody has to know. I'm surprised you don't know this, Matt.
Well, it's been a long time since I've seen the series, and I've never seen every episode. So
How tall is Pussycat?
How tall?
She's like 4'5". She's like
pretty
almost-
short.
Yeah,
She's
she's
very
tiny.
tiny.
I'm sure we could look it up on the Googles.
she's shorter than Robin.
Yeah.
So
Maybe that's why they-
Ward wasn't a very tall guy.
It was
why they
Julie
picked her.
Newmar, like 6'2" or something.
She had those heels on.
Oh, it's heels. Yes.
Yeah.
I forget women cheat with heels.
Is that what it's called? Cheating?
Yeah, that's bullshit. It's like, wow, you're like 6 feet tall. No, I'm only like 5'2".
You,
You
want
can
a
wear
6 foot?
heels if you want to, V.
Oh, I got some Gene Simmons like giant kiss things.
You do?
Well, I used to.
Oh.
I might have them still somewhere. Be pretty dope. Maybe like 8
Dude,
feet
if
tall.
you walk into the studio one day wearing those fucking things with the cat painted on your face, you would do that shit too.
Yeah, like,
He 100% would do that.
You 100% would. Leather jacket and bedazzled jeans and shit. All right, let's keep going, Katie. Go ahead.
All right. Back at the Batcave, when Robin hasn't returned from his speech, Batman grows concerned. Then the bat phone rings, and Commissioner Gordon informs the Cape Crusader that Robin attacked Chief O'Hara at the high school. Batman goes to police headquarters to try to figure out what happened to his sidekick. As Chief O'Hara describes it, it's as if the devil had taken the boy wonder. Who could have put Robin up to such a dastardly deed as attacking the chief of Gotham City's police force? When Batman asks if Chief O'Hara had ever seen the tension-haired wench that was frolicking with Robin before, Batman suspects she may be a new villainess looking to wreak havoc on Gotham City. However, O'Hara points out that this vile vixen couldn't have been much older than 18, which we all know is far too old and washed up for a woman to be in the crime business. But in today's awkwardly changing world, anything's possible, even old-ass female criminals.
There was a bit that made me really laugh at this. Like when the bat phone rings, it's the commissioner or some other cop, and then Batman. They're all kind of standing away. The bat phone rings, and Batman looks at it and then jumps over to it and picks it up. I'm like, he could have just walked. It was like 4 feet away from him, and he's like, gotta go answer my bat phone.
does he get cheesier as this series goes along? It almost feels like he is.
It might. It does get more preachy, I think.
Well, you got to remember that they approach this show as a comedy.
Yeah.
And so like everything's like
Slapstick.
Look, here it is. Here it is. Here's the prince.
I wouldn't call it slapstick. It's more like everything's kind of like hyper real. Like they're intentionally doing stuff to make it seem kind of campy and overblown and stuff like that. That's part of the fun of this show.
He upgraded his belt. His utility belt now has like a gold belt buckle with the bat symbol on it. That's new.
Season 2.
Yeah, buddy. Make those costumes shine. I love Alfred in his little green apron.
Yeah.
I want to get a green apron.
So, did we get to the part yet where Aunt Harriet was like, "Why aren't
Not
I
yet.
allowed?" Okay.
All right, let's get there. Go ahead.
All right. As Batman and the police set brain and sinew to the case, back at stately Wayne Manor, Alfred and Aunt Harriet are going about their duties when Aunt Harriet asks why she's not allowed in Master Wayne's study. And Alfred has to explain to her stupid lady brain that sometimes men need a place to get away from all the bitchy, annoying women in their lives. For the poors, it's a place like a barbershop. But for millionaires like Bruce Wayne, it's his study. Speaking of female encroachment, at that moment, Catwoman and her gang break into stately Wayne Manor, led by Robin himself. Robin and Pussycat quickly tie up Alfred and Aunt Harriet while Catwoman's henchmen blow up the wall safe and steal all of Bruce Wayne's housekeeping money. Shocked by Robin's behavior, Alfred demands to know what Catwoman has done, and Catwoman explains that cataphrenic is a drug that reverses someone's moral and ethical standards. The better a person you are, the bigger the asshole you become under its influence. Suddenly, Robin feels dizzy and passes out. Apparently, there are some negative side effects related to cataphrenic, but Catwoman is convinced that they should wear off in a couple hours. Catwoman then takes Robin and her ill-gotten gains and flees the scene of the crime.
What's the actress's name who plays Catwoman again?
Julie Newmar.
Julie Newmar. She reminds me of like a young Kate Mulgrew.
Okay, I could see that.
Yeah, like I see a little bit of Captain Janeway in her, especially when she's got her hair all poofed up like that.
Except she's way better looking.
All right.
It's just the leather pants, I think.
Better looking than Miss Columbo. Yep.
Miss who?
Miss Columbo.
Who's that?
It's Captain Janeway in her first big TV role.
Oh. I didn't know she did anything before Star Trek.
Yeah, it was the female spinoff of Columbo, which was Miss Columbo, starring Kate Mulgrew.
Kate Mulgrew. One of these days, when I pick my next sci-fi show, we're going to do Voyager, and I'm going to pick the episodes where they do the hologram thing, where they go back to like the Flash Gordon, and it's all black and white, and she's the princess.
Flash Gordon.
That would be a fun one too.
Yeah.
But anyway, this show, I can't get over Pussycat. She's freaking hilarious.
Leslie Gore is her name.
I just like that Bruce Wayne has $200,000 in housekeeping money just lying around the house.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, why not? Why wouldn't he?
He's got a mansion.
I mean, Bruce Wayne's like
Billionaire, right?
It's got fuck you money.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
it definitely does.
Well, you got to realize that in 1966, that was the equivalent to about $2 million. So it's like, yeah, that's how much toilet paper and stuff we have to buy for the mansion.
Just keeps it in a safe in his office. Robin's like, I know exactly where it is. It's where he keeps his butt plugs.
Yeah, we should point out that so Robin, under the influence of cataphrenic, has amnesia, so he doesn't remember that he's Bruce Wayne's ward or what his alter ego is.
He kind of turns into a little asshole.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Gets kind of horny too.
Very horny.
Horny asshole.
He becomes like a frat boy.
Yeah.
So come on, just give me a little smooch.
Give me a smooch. Get over here and pucker up.
I'm not that kind of pussy.
You are if I say you are.
Don't worry about your reputation, dame.
Yeah.
I love it. Good stuff. All right, let's keep going.
Give me some sugar.
All right.
Yeah.
At police headquarters, the bat phone rings and Batman answers. Alfred informs him that Catwoman is behind Robin's sudden heel turn and that she's stolen all their housekeeping money, $200,000. And worst of all, Robin didn't recognize Alfred due to cataphrenic causing temporary amnesia and fainting spells while under its effects. Batman knows that Catwoman has the power to cloud men's minds. And back at Catwoman's secret hideout, Robin is passed out and Catwoman is lounging comfortably. She knows that as long as she has Robin under her spell, it will keep Batman at a safe distance. However, Pussycat is still distracted by her dreams of being a rock and roll singer. But Catwoman says she has to be either a singer or an arch criminal, but not both. When Pussycat asks if that's actually a choice she has, Catwoman says no. And that's because Pussycat is apparently far too short to be a rock singer. Trying to relive her glory days from the Milkshake a Go-Go on the Sunset Strip, Pussycat puts on an impromptu concert for Catwoman's henchmen, and they think Pussycat did a pretty good job for being an old short over-the-hill bitch. Now that Pussycat has gotten the rock and/or roll out of her system, Catwoman focuses on the problem at hand. She needs to steal another $800,000, but she also wants to get all 6'2" of Batman on her side first.
Thirsty.
Yeah, very thirsty.
Yeah.
Well, Catwoman's always been thirsty.
So what is her plan? She has to get $1 million
Yeah.
to get the plans for the mint,
Yeah.
so she can go steal $1 million.
So she can make her own money.
No. So she can steal much more than $1 million. So she's paying $1 million to get like $40 million or something.
You got to spend money to make money, see?
She just marry Batman and then divorce him and take half his money.
Well, then it wouldn't be fun.
Well, she doesn't know Batman has money.
Oh, that's true.
Nobody knows
the
the
irony. The irony.
See, she's into him and she doesn't even know like that he's rich. She still loves him.
That's real love.
That's real love.
Yep. Okay.
So what did you guys think of the musical number?
I hated it. It took me out of the episode.
Sure.
I was kind of like, once she got going, and I'm like, oh, this is going to take a minute. Skip.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, let's just.
You didn't even give it a chance.
No, I didn't. I was
I
like,
hate musical numbers in TV shows
Yeah.
in general anyway.
unless it's Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Well, they don't.
That whole episode was them dancing, but they gave it a reason though.
Yeah, but it wasn't like they stopped the show so that we could watch an entire song. It's
Yeah.
just that they had bands on there that were kind of featured in. And honestly, like I never needed that also.
I thought it was funny how Catwoman's henchmen are just like sitting on the floor, like watching her, and they're like, yeah, that's good.
Simps. They're just a bunch of simps.
I wanted her to start growling like the chick from Arch Enemy.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Is that how you would rewrite this?
Yeah.
Just do death metal.
Fucking death metal. Yeah. That'd be great.
She's all gothed out.
I can see Alyssa Whitegloves as Catwoman.
The thing that killed me in the scene was that, when given the choice, it's like, you mean I could really be a rock and roll singer? And Catwoman's like, no, you're far too short.
She is super short though.
Catwoman's so mean to her.
Oh, she's catty.
That
is Catwoman. What are you talking about? Look at the picture. Put the picture up to that camera. That's Catwoman, guys.
That's Alyssa.
That's 2022
From Arch
Catwoman.
Enemy.
All right, let's keep going there, Kadish.
All right. Catwoman calls Commissioner Gordon and has him awkwardly put the phone in the bat phone in a 69 position so she can talk to Batman. Catwoman tells Batman that his old chum Robin is safe so long as Batman does what she says. She says she plans to commit a series of robberies, and if Batman or the police do anything to stop her, she'll have Robin killed. Batman finds Catwoman to be odious, abhorrent, and insegrievous, but calls Catwoman's bluff and tells her no deal. Catwoman then says it's curtains for Robin and hangs up. Batman then tells Commissioner Gordon that he must handle this precarious situation in his own way and not to be shocked by anything that happens, and under no circumstances make any attempt to capture Catwoman. After all, it may mean Robin's life.
So he just puts the phone like this. And it's just him holding the phones. He's not listening to the conversation. Batman's just like, put me on the phone with Catwoman.
Well, he is actually listening in.
Is he? Because how can he hear it? Because he's holding it like out here.
Because he breaks in and he's like, don't do it, Batman. It's a trap. And Catwoman's
Isn't that how it
like, you're listening in on our conversation? That's illegal.
Have you done 69? That's how it works.
Yeah.
Go home and figure it out, buddy.
Vader's like, what do I do with my hands?
I'm not going to comment because I will get in so much trouble.
Anyway. Yep. Any thoughts, Jude?
Nope.
That part just kind of cracked me up with the phones, though. I was like, okay, he's just, yep, that's how it works. Yeah, that's sure enough.
I like how Gordon had to take a moment to figure it out. And then he's like, well, okay.
If he talks out of this end and he hears out of this end, I gotta, yeah.
If he poops out of this end, but eats out of this, yeah.
All right, let's keep going.
Catwoman's goal is to steal $1 million in cash and buy plans to the Gotham City Mint, where she can steal far more than a measly $1 million. Because Catwoman is a repeat offender, she gets the same prison term whether she steals $40 or $40 million. So why not think big? Robin is still knocked out, which means Pussycat probably gave him an overdose of cataphrenic. She tells Pussycat to stay and guard the money they've already stolen as she takes her henchmen to go get the rest of the funds that they need. In the decrepit loft apartment of the world's richest and cheapest inventor, Pat Pending, Mr. Pending has just perfected his formula for a universal solvent. But his totally not gay valet, Rudy, tells him that his world-changing inventions are going to cause too much upheaval to society. So even though Pat Pending doesn't have any inventions to sell, he still has all his money, which he's hidden in his mattress, at least until Catwoman comes bursting in with her goons and steals all of it.
Good old Pat Pending.
Pat Pending.
The world's cheapest inventor.
And richest.
And richest. That was funny. That was funny to me. Pat Pending. How many puns can we put in a movie?
Oh, this series is just...
It's full of dad jokes.
It's so punny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all puns.
It's all dad jokes.
Yeah.
What do you name an inventor who's cheap? Pat. Pat what?
Pending.
Pending. Okay. Pat Pending. Perfect.
Patent Pending and his valet, Rudy.
Mm-hmm.
I liked Rudy.
Why is Catwoman so tall?
She's got heels.
I just noticed how short Robin was. Like, not just noticed, but like when he's standing next to Catwoman.
That's why I was commenting earlier. It's like, it looks like Catwoman's like 6'2" in this show.
She must be. How tall is Adam West?
He's pretty tall.
Yeah.
I'm Googling.
6'2", I think.
Really?
Is what they said in the show.
Did he just break the fourth wall? He sure did.
They do that sometimes.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't talk about it.
I think they do that sometimes in this show, right?
Okay, Julie Newmar is 5'11".
Well, that's tall. It's very tall for a woman.
For one, yeah.
Yeah, and heels.
Yeah.
And heels, probably 6 foot.
Yeah.
So I wasn't crazy.
And Adam,
let's look at her shoes. What, she got like 2-3 inch heels on there?
maybe, I don't know. She's sexy as hell, though.
Oh, she's gorgeous.
How tall is Adam West? 6'2".
6'2". Okay.
Burt Ward is 5'8".
He's 5'8", and he looks that much shorter?
Uh-huh.
That's got, yeah. Wow, that's crazy. That's not short. 5'8's not short. Why are we talking about this? Keep going.
Yeah, I was just wondering that myself. Pat Pending and his not gay valet Rudy are in the hospital recovering from Catwoman's attack. Commissioner Gordon and Chief O'Hara are questioning them about the robbery. Pat Pending overheard Catwoman mention something about a prince getting weighed before she ran off with his money. Of course, that could only be referring to Prince Ibn Carib of Gedalia, who has his annual weighing-in ceremony at his embassy ballroom, where he uses a comically large scale to weigh him with paper money, and when the weight of the money equals the prince's weight, they donate all the money to the orphans of the country. Now that they've figured out Catwoman's next heist, Gordon and O'Hara must warn Batman, to the elevator.
You know, it's kind of insulting to the charities because he's a pretty skinny guy. He's probably goes on like a weight loss bender for a couple weeks before he's like, I don't want to give too much away. I'm going to go fast for 40 days and show up.
That's what I do.
No, you wouldn't donate your weight to in paper money?
It would cost like freaking national debt to go under. Cause a recession. What are you talking about?
Yeah, we need to print so much more money if Vader was doing that.
Dude, I'm a fat bastard. Right. I want to eat you. You wee little bastard, you. Get in my belly. Yeah, here we go. You can hear the jokes now.
Oh, man.
Might as well own them, right?
Yeah, hey. Whatever makes you happy, bud. Oh, man. Anyway, that's all I had to comment about. That was a comically huge scale, in a weird way of doing that. But if he's doing it for a gimmick, right? It's supposed to be like on a newscast.
I guess
like,
everything's bigger in Gedalia.
Yeah, I think Gedalia has some weird customs.
Whatever. Keep going.
All right. The next morning at the Gedalia embassy, Catwoman launches her surprise attack with evil Robin at her side. But before Robin can steal the loot, Batman appears and tries to convince his sidekick not to give in to Catwoman's spell. But Robin doesn't recognize his old mentor. What dastardly development is this? Just as the police are about to intercede, Batman tells them to stay out of this and that he'll handle it himself. Batman then fights Catwoman's henchmen as Robin, Pussycat, and Catwoman steal all of Prince Ibn Carib's money. After Batman knocks out the henchman, he sets his sight on Catwoman. But before Batman can take her out, she orders Robin to fight Batman. Unable to beat on his fishing partner, Batman allows Robin to kick his ass.
Robin puts up a pretty good fight.
Did he allow him to kick his ass?
I think he did. Remember, because he was like, Robin was going at him. And then Batman's up against the
Batman
wall.
wasn't fighting back at all.
He raises his fist and then he goes, I can't, Dick. and then he like gets an upcut and he just sits there and he's like, oh, I gotta take
dude, that scene where Robin just keeps uppercutting him and like it's so obviously fake.
Oh yeah. Adam West's face is just like,
Good stuff.
Good stuff. Fake fighting.
Kazowie. Whammo.
Kapow!
Classic. Can't argue with that.
Yeah.
I do love how Batman's just like, stay back, Commissioner. I'll handle this myself. And then he loses all the money.
Yeah, all the police are there, and he's just like, you men, stay back. Don't do anything.
Just stand around.
I'll take on 5 people by myself. Don't worry about the henchman.
Yep. Batman's a ninja, man.
Yeah, I should be.
He is.
Da-na-na-na-na-na.
Ra's al Ghul coming in.
Is Ra's al Ghul in
I don't know.
this show?
Is he in this? No.
Never shows up?
No, well, Ra's al Ghul didn't come in until the 80s, I think. So that was like a Frank Miller creation, if I'm not mistaken.
Frank Miller created Ra's al Ghul?
I think he might have.
Is it Ra's al Ghul or
I think
Ra's?
it's Raz. I think it depends who's saying it.
Yeah, there's a debate going on in the nerd community. I know. I think I always listen to like the animated series. It was Ra's al Ghul.
I think I'm going to do a Twitter poll.
Are you? Yeah. Is it Ra's al Ghul or Ra's al Ghul?
Yeah, I just got to figure out how to.
Right.
You got to write it out phonetically.
Vader just has to figure out how to use Twitter.
Yeah.
Twitter's been killing it this week, bro. I'm not gonna lie. He's taking over the Twitter.
I know. He's doing great. He's just asking a bunch of questions.
I'm like, what did I do today that I didn't do? Oh, Kadish. All right.
Asking questions.
Great. Like 400 new follows. Sweet.
All right.
I'm good at Twitter.
He's going to take credit for it. All right, Kay, just keep on going.
All right. With Batman defeated, Catwoman and her crew make their escape and pile into her Cat-a-lack. Batman follows in the Batmobile to New Guernsey, where Catwoman has a second secret cat lair that has a ton of signs in the front telling everyone with eyes that it's Catwoman's secret lair. Batman suspects a trap, but goes in anyway. He sees Robin tied to a chair and goes to rescue his old chum, but Robin was just pretending to be free of Catwoman's influence, and Batman is tased by Catwoman's crew and incapacitated. Catwoman then has Batman placed into the world's biggest mousetrap. Catwoman offers to release him if he agrees to help her. Otherwise, the steel bar of the trap will snap and it will cut Batman in two. But Batman is too upright of a citizen to ever turn to a life of crime, so he refuses Catwoman's offer. Catwoman then orders Robin to start cutting the rope, holding the trap at bay. Holy bat trap! What a decision! A life of crime or no life at all? There's no way out. Or is there? Tune in after the break for the shocking answer.
Dun, dun, dun. I love how they do that.
I love it when she was like, you'd literally be beside yourself.
So many puns.
So many.
I love it. The pill comes after this, right?
Yeah.
Let me take a bat pill. Okay, that's really the funniest part of
Well,
this scene.
it was funny because when we were watching this, as soon as they revealed the huge mousetrap, Jude just like laughed.
Yeah.
I think she was like, "Oh my god, that's brilliant."
Yeah. All right, guys, that is it for our breakdown of this part of the episode. If you want access to the other half, the exciting conclusion to this episode of Batman, head over to saltynerdclub.com and join the club membership. It's only $5 a month. You guys get access to a ton of content. We've talked about Twilight Zone, Stargate Atlantis, Doctor Who, the original Star Trek with William Shatner. We do classic sci-fi shows, and I think coming up in the near future is going to be more exciting, fun, classic sci-fi stuff. So join up, help support the podcast, and get a ton of stuff in return. And we'd really love to see you there, especially in our club members area in the Discord as well. We love hanging out and chatting with those guys over there. So join up, help support us, and we'll see you on the other side of this paywall. Matt Vader, where can they find you on the socials, bud?
You can find me on Twitter at MattVader74 and on here on this channel every Saturday morning.
Perfect.
On Salty Saturdays with Kadish and myself and
some rotating guests.
Some friends. Yes, it's a good time.
Cool. Jude.
You can find us on Facebook at saltynerdgroup.com. You can find me on the socials at I am Jude Juju.
All right. Matthew Kadish.
You can find me at Matthew Kadish, Kadish, on Twitter and Truth Social. KadishBooks.com takes you to my Amazon page. And if you're on an Apple device, please go to Apple Podcast and leave us a 5-star rating. We're trying to get 200 of those suckers in order to get officially accredited as movie reviewers on Rotten Tomatoes. So any help you can throw our way, be much appreciated.
All right, guys, thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're brand new here. And if you want to see the exciting conclusion, head over to the club members at saltynerdclub.com. We'll see you there. All right, everybody, have a great day. Stay salty. Club members, let's go.